All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahawashi, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Lord, wanting this be edifying, you know, getting right into it. Because basically, something spiritual happened to me earlier today, which I'm not going to get into it, but because, I like to think, because there's this scripture in Romans, it talks about being instruments for Yahawashi, and oftentimes, when the Lord puts us through certain situations, oftentimes, that could be to the Lord put you through a situation to, Lord willing, feed the flock, uplift the next brother, but there are certain things that, because I like to say alongside with that, hey, like I said, with certain situations come up, hey, oftentimes press record, because those would be like in the music world, in the music industry, some of the best hits come from heartbreak. Some of the best love songs come from heartbreak, so some of the really edifying videos, they come from certain situations that we go through. So with that being said, hey, oftentimes it's to put it on wax, to press record. But there are certain things that it's just, that's just for you and Yahawashi, because like I said, something spiritual happened to me earlier today, and I was contemplating on just, do I do a testimony but no, this is just, one of those things that was between me and Yahawashi, but nevertheless, that's what inspired me to do this video, because my thing has always been, and brothers know me, I always say, find your balance, that's my thing, every brother has their thing, and my thing is find your balance, slacking on that lately, as far as just finding balance, or excuse me, finding my balance, not being too, what's the word, pragmatic, because it's easy to just, because that's one thing about me, I just, I go, when I get up, when I'm on a go, I just go, and I can kind of forget, and for people that are like that, we can kind of forget the purpose, sometimes we just need to, we just need to chill, sit back and just, refocus, refocus. And that was, like I said, with the spiritual situation that happened to me earlier today, that's, it took me back, and that's what inspired me to do this. All right, because like I said, I've been slacking as far as just, just staying centered, staying focused, staying focused, because we can often get to a point where we think we're to a point, right? And I always meditate on Peter, which Peter being the Most High's favorite, the chief cornerstone, or Slocky, not the chief cornerstone, but Peter being the top guy, as far as under Yahawashi, of course, because for those that don't know, Peter is King David. All right. And again, the Most High's favorite, so I always meditate on Peter, because the Lord, he had to humble Peter, Peter was taken back, right? Because what did Yahawashi tell Peter? He told Peter that you was going to deny me 3 times, you know, and Peter having that zealous spirit, you know, that spirit of Lord, I'll never betray you, right? I'm a ride or die. But when Peter in fact denied Yahawashi 3 times, and we can only imagine that look. We can only imagine the look that Yahawashi gave him, right? Because as soon as Peter denied Yahawashi that 3rd time, he knew it, you know, it clicked. And like I said, that look that Yahawashi gave him, hey, Peter, it said he went away weeping, crying, right? But nevertheless, the point being that he was humbled. All right. He was humbled. And I say all that to say, because like I said, we think that we think that we're to a point sometimes, and the Lord, he has to take us back to show us that, you know, hey, so we thought, right? So we thought, and this happens all the time, you know. The Lord has to humble us like Peter, you know, he has to take us back, and it keeps us grounded. You know, that's a part of the Lord willing, the message as far as this video, you know, to stay grounded in Yahawashi, because again, we can get so caught up into the things, and I'm talking about things pertaining to our personal lives. We can get so caught up in the motion as far as our ministry, in the ministry, as far as our servitude to Yahawashi. You know, it's easy to get caught up in things, and it's easy to forget sometimes that, hey, just chill, Jake. You know, just chill. So going back to the point, to bring it all together again, find your balance. All right, find your balance. These scriptures talk about not being over righteous, because there is a thing of doing too much. And again, that can apply to the things pertaining to this world and in the truth, believe it or not. Because you don't want to burn yourself out. That's the thing. You don't want to burn yourself out. You know, you don't want to burn yourself out. All right, that's happened to a lot of guys, you know, guys that are on fire, right? You know, and a lot of these guys, man, they burn out. They burn out. So again, we got to find our balance, what works for us personally, each and every one of us individually, and just and stay grounded. Stay grounded. So a few precepts, because like I said, man, this spiritual situation, this spiritual thing that happened to me earlier, all right, which again it inspired me to do this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this in Ecclesiastes chapter 9. I'm gonna start at verse 10. Because listen, you know, you see the apostles, you know, they do multiple videos a day, right? Apostle Tahar, he might do 2, 3, 4 videos a day. Apostle Gabar, 2, 3 videos a day, you know. And listen, that's not going to be every brother might not be able to do 2, 3, 4 videos a day, you know. So it's like, why even try to burn yourself out trying to you know, be that man, be that guy? Listen, again, find out what works for you. As long as you're trying, you know, because these fake Christians talk about God knows my heart. Yeah, he does know your hearts, and your heart is wicked. All right, you know, but to the hopeful elect, to those of us putting forth a sincere effort, listen, the Lord knows. He understands what we bring. He understands the measure that he gave us. All right. You know, hell, doing one video every day, you know, though some brothers can do that, others can't. Find out what works for you. You see? So in Ecclesiastes 9 and 10, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. So you see, that's the point right there. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. Because that's what the Lord is seeking, a sincere effort. You know, again, We all have our lot. We all have our measure. And every brother can't do multiple videos a day. Every brother can't do a single video a day. It's just, you know, you got to find out what works for you. Studying, you know, hey, you know, because this is a part of, like I said, with the spiritual situation that happened to me earlier, you know, this is a part of, like I said, it taking me back and just put me in remembrance. The Lord put me in remembrance. Because another thing is, are you spending enough time with the Lord? You know, are you spending enough time with the Lord? You know, Jake talk about how this thing, we make it look boring, and you know, because Jake want to be entertained, right? Jake wants to be entertained and whatnot, but you know, brothers bringing out the same precepts, apostles go over the same precepts, all the, man, you know, it's just like, because you're surprised, man. You know, you go over, I don't know how many times I hear brothers bring out Genesis 101, and every time brothers bring out Genesis 101, there's always something new that you learned that you didn't know before. Because this word is like living water. You know, there's never a dull moment with this word. You know how much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding you can gain just reading precepts. It'll prompt you to do lessons, videos, just read, sitting down and reading precepts, right? How fun it is, you know. But that's the thing, are you making time? Because that's a part of, again, spending time with the Lord, man. You know, and like I said, not just going through the motion just because. No, spend time with the Lord, man. Like I said, you'll be surprised going over precepts and how much it'll prompt you to, you know. And that's another thing that's been taking me back lately, you know. Expanding my knowledge as far as precepts, and you know, because listen, you'll go over one precept, man, and it'll prompt you to look up words, right? And this precept is going to lead you to read about such and such. You read about such and such, something over here in 2 Kings, the 3rd chapter. It'll lead you to more understanding on, you know, it's just it's this rabbit hole that gets deep. It gets deep, and that's exciting, man. And you see, that's the Lord supping with you, man. That's the Lord supping with us. You know? So I'm gonna read it again in Ecclesiastes 9 and 10, starting at 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. So give a sincere effort. That's all the Lord is asking. A sincere effort. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. Verse 11, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift. So, and that's another thing, because like I was saying, you don't want to burn yourself out. You know, I'm just watching videos, doing videos myself. You know, I might put up two videos a day, going over precepts, just studying, whatever. And listen, hey, that 3rd day, the you know, after 2 days of just studying videos, precepts, going over precepts, studying, and you know, watching videos, doing videos. Listen, that 3rd day, hey, I might just take the day. I'm not gonna say take the day off, but you know, that 3rd day, hey, I might just, you know, got some folly time, you know, hey, just because me personally, I like to, because you know, Jacob's walking around here with just mean mugging as hell all damn day. Listen, you know, a part of what works for me, I like to, you know, watch some comedy, you know, get some laughs in, man. I like to watch fun videos, you know. So like I said, after 2 days, you know, just really going at it, you know. Hey, that 3rd day, I might just chill, you know. And like I said, that works for me. You know, that third day I might just, you know, because you can feel it, you know, when that feeling you get when you're kind of just burnt out. Well, don't force the situation. Don't force it. All right. Because listen, this knowledge is, you know, it can be much. You know, brothers trying to be all deep. You know, no, you know, stick to the basics. You know, if anything, stick to the basics. Stick to what you know. You don't have to be all. You don't have to be the deepest brother in Israel. You know, stick to what you know, and work from there. As long as you're growing, because you do have to grow. This thing is about growth, development. So you don't want to be stagnant. You do have to grow. We do have to grow. Because that was another thing, you know, I've just for me personally, you know, wasn't really going over scriptures that much, and you know, just watching videos instead of actually getting into the scriptures myself, you know, and studying and breaking down, getting into words and doing things myself. Well, like I said, that was one of those things that took me back, and now, you know, more and more I'm getting to a point I could, you know, you could feel it. I can feel it get to a point where, you know, I can feel myself growing. I can feel myself developing, you know. But let me get back into verse 11, Ecclesiastes 9:11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift. All right. So you see, because like I was saying, you're gonna burn yourself out. If you're running full speed the whole race, listen, you're gonna burn yourself out. You got to pace yourself. You know, pace yourself. You can't run a marathon full sprint. You're gonna burn yourself out before you get to the finish line. You got to pace yourself, and that's why I say find your balance. And even the scriptures say a false balance, you know, that's an abomination. Find your balance. You know, the Lord knows that we can't be 24/7, 7 days a week studying, watching videos, doing. The Lord knows that. He understands that. You see, that's why you got to find out what works for you. All right, what works for you. It says, know the battle to the strong. And that's another thing. All right. It said, nor the battle to the strong. Because again, listen, we can't do this on our own. All right. Listen, Yahawashi, he's the, because I had a slip of the tongue earlier with Peter being the chief cornerstone. No, Yahawashi is the chief cornerstone. All right. Yahawashi, hey, you know, he's that, so to say, shoulder to cry on. He's you know, that's big bro. He's here to carry our burdens. All right. Like the scripture say, cast all of our cares, our burdens, our concerns, cast it upon him. You know, pace yourself in this race. All right. Pace yourself and stay grounded in Yahawashi. All right. Because it's not by our own strength. It's not by our might. All right. There's nothing that we could do on our own accord to you know, accomplish anything. It's only through Yahawashi. So like I said, again, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. You see? Because we can't do it on our own. But that's why Yahawashi is there. You know, and again, part of it, like I was saying, as far as having a personal relationship with Yahawashi, you know, because listen, I mean, we're just in a society where, you know, and this is why I had to get taken back, because like I said, lately, man, I've just been on the go, on the move, you know, and I was slipping a little bit, you know, you know, because listen, like I said, just being on the go all the time, being pragmatic and just going through the motion and, you know, all those things, man, you know, and not, because listen, it's nothing to, you know, when you're on the go, when you're on the go so much and whatever the case may be, all right, it's nothing to, because we don't have to necessarily always face the east and pray. No, man, it's nothing to just, talk to the Lord while you're out and about. Just, talk to the Lord, man. Most of these videos I'll be doing in my car. I'll be doing in this car, man. And I'll talk to the Lord like you're sitting here right next to me, man. So just remember Yahawashi, man, that he's there. Just remember Yahawashi. All right. Remember Yahawashi. Talk to the Lord, man. Talk to the Lord. All right. Talk to the Lord, man. And because listen, every brother's situation is different. Just remember Yahawashi. All right, stay rooted in Yahawashi, stay grounded in Yahawashi, man. Because matter of fact, let me finish this out, and I got another one. And reading on, it says, "Neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men understanding. Excuse me, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all." And I'm gonna go to this. In Psalm 127 in verse 2. "It is vain for you to rise up early." And this is the part of what took me back, because I'll be up from sun up to sundown. I'm just out on the go, working, hustling, doing what I gotta do. And even more so over these past months or whatnot, man, because I've been having to pick up the slack and whatnot because, just my situation, what I'm going through, so that's why I needed this, and that's why, like I said, with this spiritual situation that happened to me, hey, the Lord just reminded me, and it's different for all of us. All right. Because scriptures do talk about how in terrible things and righteousness, say the Lord, he'll show you he's dealing with you, And I might come in the form of catching a flat tire in the middle of I-4 or whatever. But hey, the Lord, he's merciful, because we're so used to getting our asses kicked, But we got to understand, we got to believe that, hey, man, it's time to receive the Lord's mercies. It's time to receive the Lord's goodness, the good side, And that's how I took this, because like I said, hey, the Lord, he might, we're so used to getting our ass kicked, man. You might ask a question to the Lord. You might inquire, right? And the Lord might hit you with a sharp pain. He's like, okay, yep, that answered my questions, You see, that's just what we're so used to. But we're coming into a time, the Lord, we're seeing the other side of the coin. All right. And that's how I took this, that's how I took this, the we're starting to see the Lord's gentle side. All right. And make no mistake about it, because the Lord ain't no punk. All right. And that's something that I remind myself every day. All right. Because listen, the Lord, he's terrible. The Lord don't play. All right. He's merciful as well, and he does have a gentle side to a select few. All right. So to say, a soft spot. As a matter of fact, when you read on in Psalm 127 and 2 again, "It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows, for he giveth his beloved sleep." All right. Because listen, again, staying grounded in Yahawashi, listen, he's going to give us what we need. Because listen, Jake is catching hell out here. All right. We're catching hell out here. But just remember Yahawashi. And that's a part of why that we catch this hell. It keeps us focused on Yahawashi. Now, like I said in the beginning, sometimes we could forget. We could just go through the motion and just forget why, you know, we could just forget. And the Lord has to remind us from time to time. You know, he has to remind us. All right. Like the scripture say, to those that are troubled, rest with us. Because it's only through Yahawashi will we find peace. So stay grounded in Yahawashi. He's going to give us what we need. We've been doing what we're supposed to do in sincerity and in truth. You know, we've been trying. We're trying. You know, we're trying. The Lord knows we're not going to be perfect. He knows this. He set it up that way on purpose so that we can't be perfect on his flesh, which only means that we lean on him. All right. We trust in hope in his strength and his mercies. All right. It just makes us more dependent on the Lord. Hope. All right. You see, the Lord's going to give us everything that we need, man. There's no, you know, like Jake just be doing too much. And I'm talking to myself too. Jake just be doing too much. We could forget. We could forget. You know, Jake just be doing too much. Jake got to chill. Jake just got to chill out, man. And just remember Yahawashi. Stay rooted, grounded in Yahawashi. All right. As I read earlier, this race is not for the swift. It's not about being the fastest, you know, running full sprint. No, man. Find your balance. Find your balance. Find out what works for you. But just remember Yahawashi at the end of the day, man. You know, as I quoted earlier, you know, about not being over righteous. All right. Hey, even too much honey is bad for you. You know, hell, even drinking too much water can be bad for you. You know, so find your balance. Find your balance. Find out what works for you. All right. And remember Yahawashi. You know, establish your relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi, man. You know, which leads me to this. This is what inspired me to do this. This is what I thought about when you know, I went through my little situation earlier. When the Lord put me through the spiritual situation. In Luke chapter 10, starting at verse 38. Now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Yahawashi's feet and heard his word. So let me read this again in verse 38. Now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a village, a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. Now listen, you know, because this is talking about Yahawashi. All right. Of course, if Yahawashi came to your crib, man, of course, you're gonna want to make sure everything's straight. You're gonna, you know, you're gonna want to make sure everything's on point, right? But it says in verse 39, and she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Yahawashi's feet and heard his word. But Martha was cumbered about much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, doest thou not care that my sister have left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. Right? Because again, here it is. Yahawashi is at Martha's house, right? And like I said, naturally, if Yahawashi came to your crib, you're gonna want to, you know, make sure everything's on point and basically working yourself to death, right? But what did Mary do? She sat at Yahawashi's feet, you know, and like I said, that intimate relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi, because you know Martha, the fact that she was basically being a busybody, right? She wasn't necessarily going off. She wasn't necessarily going off, right? But there's a point that can be made here, right? some spiritual gems here, because like I said in verse 40 again, but Martha was cumbered about much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, doest thou not care that my sister have left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. Because, to some, you know, to some people, they might have looked at Mary, because again, Mary, she's sitting at Yahawashi's feet, learning, that intimate relationship. But to some, right, she probably, to some, they would think that she's lazy. She's being lazy because Martha was doing all the work. She was doing all the work. And she approached Yahawashi like, basically, getting at Yahawashi like, man, tell her to get her ass up and help me. Basically, just put it in modern terms. She was complaining she was complaining to Yahawashi, and I'm just speaking as a man because, and listen, we know how women are, when they get to that complaining mode and they start throwing, subliminals and stuff like that, right? Because it's like if they got a problem with you, they're not going to tell you directly. They're probably going to, tell your mama if she's around, just whoever's around. Let's just say you're at a gathering, right? Your rib, you got your mom around, your pops, and family around or whatnot, right? And here it is, you're chilling, and again, I'm just putting this in modern day terms, because let's say you're chilling, your rib, she's doing all the cooking and cleaning and everything, and she got a problem. Because Martha, she got frustrated because Mary wasn't helping her, right? And she was complaining to Yahawashi, and instead of complaining to Mary, instead of Martha complaining to Mary, she went to Yahawashi. And it's like, like I said, with your rib, instead of complaining to you, she's talking shit, throwing subs. She probably complaining to your mama, yeah, because again, Martha, she was she was doing a lot. She was doing too much. You see, that's the point. She was doing too much, right? And finish this out in verse 41. And Yahawashi answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things. You're doing too much. She was doing too much, right? But one thing is needful, and Mary hath chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her. Because you see, listen, like I said, Martha, she wasn't necessarily going off, but she was so caught up in, everything else, right? She was so caught up in everything else, that, like I said, being just pragmatic, just going through the motion, just all over the place, doing too much. But what was Mary doing? She was right there with Yahawashi, learning, that intimate relationship. Because again, Yahawashi, again, this is why we got to stay grounded in Yahawashi, man. Stay grounded in Yahawashi. Find your balance. All right. Stay focused and stay grounded in Yahawashi, man. That's what we could take from this. Because again, it's easy to get caught up in all the things. And I'm talking about things in our personal lives, things outside of the truth, and to things in the truth. Like I said, being over righteous, studying too much, studying too much. Yes, that's the thing. Find your balance. But just remember Yahawashi and stay grounded in Yahawashi, man. Stay grounded in Yahawashi. Like I said, Jake be doing too much, man. And the Lord be having to remind us. He be having to, hey, yo. Just chill, Jake. And I'm talking to myself as well. Just chill. Just chill. Just chill out, Jake. All right, but shalom to you on the come board. Yahawashi Abrakathum. And get some of these precepts. And I'll close it out. That was the point. Lord willing, it was edifying. As a matter of fact, I have to pull it up on here. So let's get some of these precepts. Being clothed with humility. Again, Shalom, Yahawashi, Mashah, Brakatham. Psalm 30 and 5. For his anger endureth but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And that's spiritual because, I do have another lesson. I was actually going to do that instead of this, but just to show you how the spirit works, because, Jake is tired, man. Jake is tired, Yeah, that's yeah, man. But like I was saying earlier, we're so used to getting our ass whooped, man. Hey, be ready to receive the Lord's goodness. Be ready to receive the Lord's gentle side. Get some more of these. In Genesis chapter 32. Genesis 32. I'll just go ahead and read it. 32 verses damn, I can't see, man. 24 through 28. Let's go read those real quick. Genesis 32, starting at 24. It says, and Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. And Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is it that thou doest us after my name? And he blessed him there. Yeah, matter of fact, verse 28 again. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. And that's the thing, again, because like I was mentioning earlier, there's nothing that we can do on our own strength, on our own accord, as I read earlier in Ecclesiastes, this battle's not fought by might, all right, basically our strength, because these things are only accomplished through Yahawashi. And matter of fact, let me get that in St. John. St. John chapter 16. I'll start at verse 31. St. John 16 and 31. Yahawashi answered them, do ye now believe? Behold, the hour cometh, yea, is now come, that ye shall be scattered, every man into his own, and shall leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. And again, more and more, that personal relationship with Yahawashi. And with that being said, our bond with Yahawashi, us and Yahawashi, that bond is strengthens, man. And I always use this example, because praying, you can't stress it enough. I always use the example, someone that you haven't talked to in 10, 15 years, 20 years, out the blue, they call you up and you're like, who is this? Because you're unfamiliar with their voice. Well, we don't want that to be the case with the Lord. We don't want the Lord to get unfamiliar with our voice. So constantly talk to the Lord, pray to the Lord. Listen, you got to believe he's with you. All right. And listen, I'm gonna just put myself out there, which I'm sure we all, have felt this way. All right. But for a while, you know, hey, I was questioning if the Lord was with me, right? You know, just in that spirit of, oh, you know, I don't know. But listen, I believe the Lord's with me, man. I say that confidently. All right. Long story short, I believe the Lord's with me. And as I've said before, man, the Lord has brought me through too much. I just don't believe. And it's all according to our faith. You know, it's all according to our faith. I don't believe that the Lord has brought me through all this for no reason. Now he can, and he'd be justified in doing so. All right. But I don't believe the Lord brought me through all that he's brought me through just to lead me, you know, just for me to take that MOTB, just for me to give in for that hour of temptation. You know, again, is that relationship is different for each and every one of us. And the Lord, he shows us every single day that yes, I'm with you. It's just if you're paying attention to it, if you're paying attention to the signs, you know. And like I said, man, you know, there's a lot of spiritual things that I'm still, you know, that's still coming to my mind as far as the spiritual situation that happened to me earlier. And there's nothing, you know, major or nothing like that, but it's just like, damn, you know, it almost brought me to tears. It almost brought me to tears earlier because it's like, damn, you know. Lord willing, I'll probably talk to brothers about it, you know, Lord willing, I see him. Because, yeah, man, that was what the Lord showed me. That situation, it was heavy for me. You know, it was heavy. But, hey, that's what, of course, inspired me to do this. But it's like the Lord, he had to take me back. Like, listen, you know, and I know because I have a son, you know, I have a son. He has that same spirit. He just on the go, you know, he just, you know, attack shit like a lion head on. And sometimes I have to grab his ass and just wait, you know, the boy be about to run across the street without looking at, you know, this is one of those type of things, you know, where you got a child, man, he about to run across the street, you got to, you know, you got to grab him and just wait, you know, just chill, you know. So that's how it kind of was with me, and how I feel, you know. It was one of those things where the Lord just has to grab me, you know, and just, hey, son, just chill, you know, just chill. But I'm gonna read on. Verse 33, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. So you see, man, listen. Like I said, Jake is catching hell, all right? But just remember Yahawashi, man. Hey, Yahawashi did it. And he was perfect in the flesh, all right? Now, again, we're not going to be perfect in the flesh, all right? And again, the Lord set it up that way on purpose. Because if everything was all good, then there will be no, faith wouldn't be required, all right? Faith wouldn't be required if everything was good. We wouldn't need Yahawashi. We wouldn't need the hope. We wouldn't need that hope. We wouldn't need our expectation to be in Yahawashi. So that's why, listen, the Lord knows we're not going to be perfect. He knows this. He set it up that way on purpose, all right, so that we lean on Yahawashi, man, all right? And who knows better than anyone else? Who knows better than anyone else? You bet right. Yahawashi knows more than anyone else. He did it perfect in the flesh. And he's the example, man. Yes, we are to worship Yahawashi as he is the Heavenly Father himself. I'm going to just put that out there. Yes, we're supposed to worship Yahawashi as he is the Heavenly Father himself. All right, but who knows better than anyone else? Yes, Yahawashi does. And he set the standard. He's our greatest example. All right. He did it. We can do it through him. So just remember that, man. Because again, we're going to catch hell in this world. We're going to catch hell. But just remember, all right, even the things pertaining outside of the truth and in the truth, just remember, stay focused, you know, because these things have to be said sometimes, because Jake, they're just, oh, I gotta do my videos, 3 videos a week. I'm gonna just do the bare minimum. Well, why not do 4 videos a week? If you can, why not do a video every day? I mean, if you can, like I said, it's not every brother's law, but why not? You know, why not? Why not put a little more effort, basically, you know? Why not give a little more effort for the Lord? It's worth it. It's worth it. It is worth it. You know, it is worth it. And it's going to be even more worth it when this shit, you know, when it's all said and done, man, it's going to be even more worth it. You know, but I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, man. Just again, find out what works for you. All right. No one knows the Lord like you do better than you and Yahawashi. So find out what works for you. All right, because I can tell you what I do, but that's, you know, that's me. That's between me and Yahawashi. All right. And what works for me is not going to work for every brother else, every other brother, and likewise, you know. So find out what works for you. All right. Don't do too much. You know, just stay grounded in Yahawashi. You know, stay grounded in Yahawashi, and He's going to look out. He's going to look out. But of course, it's according to your faith. Of course, it's according to your faith. You got to believe it. All right. You got to believe. You know. So the water for the precepts. All right, Lord, one of this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, and Shalom to you. Hopefully, Lord willing, until the next one.